Come with me on my beautiful walk around Seattle. Spring like this, there's just nothing better. We have like a streak of a few great days here in Seattle. I just went on a walk through the Capitol Hill neighborhood with my friend Kath, and we had a beautiful, vibrant, wonderful conversation about creating. She inspired me to finally start my YouTube channel. I'm a performer and creator of many other types, but I've been putting off the old YouTube, and so here we are. It is days like this that makes me like, do I want to leave? But I'm leaving in a couple weeks to move to LA. So I thought I would make some videos about that. One of the steps in my move has been to meet up with some friends, some convos, have some coffee. I cleared off a lot of March knowing that I was getting ready to move at the beginning of April. I'm not doing a lot of comedy. I didn't commit myself to a lot of stuff so that I could meet up with people, have a lot of room emotionally to prepare myself. This is the first time I'm moving out of state. I've lived in Washington my whole life. Look at this cutie little car. I'm just like, ugh, cute. So I went on a walk with Kath, who's also a YouTuber. She inspires the heck out of me. We went on a long walk and it was just so wonderful and glorious out today that I couldn't bear to end the walk when we parted ways. So I've just continued walking around the Capitol Hill neighborhood, overlooking the mountains and the Space Need. See her? All the flowers are blooming. It's gorgeous. People are out. People's dogs are out. People's cats are out. But we went on a wonderful walk. We walked all the way to something that I didn't know existed here, the wishing tree, which was so precious and just a wonderful little situation that you could never Google. You can't find that on the internet, folks. It was a really beautiful tree outside somebody's home where they had set up cute little like table and like these big tree stumps for chairs, and then these papers where you could write down a wish, and then the people at the house laminate the wishes and tie ribbons to them and then tie them not exactly to the tree, but this little structure they've built below the tree, and it's covered in hundreds of people's wishes of people who have come by, and they're all so precious and wonderful. Some of them are like from kids, you know, some of them are more serious than others. There's like, I wish for peace in Palestine. One of the kids was like, I want a horse. I wish my mom could get her visa to come visit me. Like, just, oh, so real to like hear and see what people are dreaming of in their lives right now, like where they're wanting and needing, and how very human and how very wonderful that they just were like, how about we get the community together and like have this little wonderful experience. So we sat there for like at least half an hour, putting up wishes, writing wishes, talking, and just enjoying. And the houses in that neighborhood are stunning. They're stunning. They're like old, huge, Victorian, beautiful homes. So we did that, and we walked past some other places. I love seeing the houses, the way people design their yards, people decorating their yards. I don't know if it's like this in other cities, but I love how people decorate their yards here, having like glass just hanging from their trees, like glass art. I think that's gorgeous, and like sun catchers. We have a quiet moment under a tree. There's a dog in that window, but I don't want to film people's homes, but it's a very cute dog. Look out the window. Oh my gosh, look at it. Look at the sun coming through the trees. Does anything ever get better? Oh, I've been here my whole life. I'm 27, I'll be 28 in a couple weeks. I've been here my whole life, and I cannot wait to go down to LA for the first time, and like just how good I feel on these days. I can't wait to see how good I feel like consistently being in the sun down there. Like it feels like 9 months of winter up here in Seattle. I don't know, there's pros and cons to both, because when you live here, you know, there is something to be said about letting our brains and our bodies go through a cycle with nature and slowing down when it gets to winter. But I would love some vitamin D. So this is glorious. You can see everybody's like out enjoying their time, and like they're all cured from their depression. But you know what? At the same time, there's a reason like creativity is blossoming in a city like this. Like we create so much here. It's a very vibrant like art scene here. There's a reason why we have bands like Nirvana and Pearl Jam like coming out of Seattle and Jimi Hendrix and all these artists, and there's a great comedy scene here. People have to stay inside and get really creative about how to entertain themselves, and they're very introspective here, very intelligent, and so I think people just start expressing themselves like through comedy and music and poetry, and so it definitely has its perks. There's definitely beautiful things about being here. I, for one, am looking forward to being in the sun all the time and seeing how that makes me feel mentally, creatively. I'm sure I'll get down there and it'll be the grass is always greener, and maybe I'll wish for some seasons once I'm down there, but I'm really looking forward to it. So I leave in a few weeks to go to LA. I'm just hitting that part where it's starting to hit me that it's happening. And so I've had a spike in like stress about all the things I have to do. I'm mostly just riding the wave, seeing people I love. I've been going out to dinner with childhood friends and family, and then we're gonna hit the road and drive down I-5 down to Los Angeles. But now the rest of my day I'm gonna have a meeting with a couple of my voice actor friends. We're gonna do an accountability meeting, and then it sounds like I might be performing comedy tonight. Otherwise, again, I haven't been doing that much comedy because I'm trying to just soak up time at home with my partner and with myself and really just hunker down, because this is a pretty significant life change for me. So anyway, this is the beautiful day in Seattle. I had to take a detour on my way home to show you exactly what I mean when I say Seattle is gorgeous when the sun is out. Look at this. We are here at Gasworks Park. I'm sure you've heard of her. I just cannot. Oh my Lanta. This spot was featured in 10 Things I Hate About You with Heath Ledger and Julia Stiles. It is one of the most popular parks in Seattle. You can go up there and like look out over the water. Like I said, when the sun comes out in Seattle, people's depression is cured. Look at all these people with cured depression. Amazing. It's just, you can't even. It doesn't get better. It doesn't get better. Oh my gosh, these two girls are feeding ducks. I don't want to film them, but that's precious. I love that. The ducks are on their picnic blanket and more are approaching. I'll show you the ducks. Ducks approaching quickly for snacks. This is just one of those places that I'm like, I'm trying to fill up my Seattle marble jar just so like I can just take it with me, you know? And that's why I've been like leaving a lot of room this month to meet with some of my friends and loved ones and really just soak that in, because there's a lot of imposter syndrome that comes, I mean, for me, when it comes to moving to LA, and a lot of other feelings, anxiety, fear, a list of all the things that can go wrong. And I have a lot of excited feelings too, but it is so helpful to just have just the wonderful thoughts of my friends and family that believe in me to have in my back pocket. And so a sunny day in Seattle, oof, that's going right in the jar of stars, I guess. There's also just something so wonderful that fills me up, and maybe this is just the extrovert in me, about going out in public and seeing people just walking about. Look at this cute little trail. Cute. Like seeing people just like walking around and doing their thing. I think this guy was just smoking pot. I walked up on him and he walked away. Oh well. It just fills me with joy to see people living their lives. Like, it fills me with joy to see those girls picnicking and feeding ducks, and people strolling their babies, and the guy reading. Like, we're all just like living our lives simultaneously, and that's part of the reason I love to leave the house. I don't know about you, but I love to leave the house today when the sun is out.